Hey, so, I'm Mr. L, and I'm here to talk to you today about a new project we're working on at Chaos Theory. We're working on a horror game called Sticks and Stones. The idea of this game came to me on my walk to work, weirdly enough. In the winters, it's pitch black when I leave the house, and the path walks alongside this foresty kind of area. And my mind starts wandering, thinking what could be in there. And I started coming up with all these ideas, and I came up with this idea of an evil kind of stick demon in a way. And I thought, I can make for a good horror game. So I came up with this whole idea of these 5 people who knew each other in school reunite for one of those, high school reunion kind of things. Except they're the only 5 that turn up to this old campsite they used to go to as kids with their school. And they realize that they're not alone in this campsite. There's evil presence lurking in the forest that they've got to avoid during the night. It was really quite interesting to come up with. We wrote all these different scenarios for these characters and different personalities for the characters. We've got Penny is kind of like really kind of headstrong one. She's confident. She likes kind of taking charge and kind of like controlling things. And then her brother Jake also similarly likes to kind of be the leadership role. With them is Jenny, who's just kind of your very flirtatious woman. You got Pete, who's kind of your basic high school jock, but as an adult. He's stronger than he's smarter. And then you've got Sam. Sam is a lot more reserved. He knows a lot more than everyone else knows. And the 5 of them, across these 5 nights they're stuck in this campsite for, have to survive against this entity that's out there. We call him Stickman, which I know isn't the most threatening of names for a horror character, but I mean, if you could get away with a character called Huggy Wuggy, I guess anything goes. Stickman. It sounds like the kind of name you'd hear, and you would drop your guard at that. But the Stickman is a very, very vengeful spirit. The idea is that this entity seems to have a personal grudge against these people who have returned to the campsite, and the way he works is that he moves around the forest trying to pick off whichever character has to go and collect the firewood for that night. And so you've got to go out and collect firewood to keep your campfire running, while also avoiding the stick man. We managed to build the majority of the story very quickly. I'm not sure how much I necessarily want to give away yet, but ultimately it's one of those stories where it imparts a mystery as well as just a horror. When you're out in the woods, you may stumble across some very random items of varying relevance that may help you just figure out what's going on in this scenario. By the end of the 5th night, you're left trying to piece together the entire puzzle, which can open the route to a lot of different possibilities from there. It's going well from what I've heard coding-wise. I know my man Mac has been on that. He's really been grinding that out lately. Story-wise, we wrapped it all up a while ago. That's all ready to go. I'm really excited to see where this project goes. I just thought it'd be really cool because a few of us in Chaos Theory play games like Five Nights at Freddy's. You may have seen on my channel the Five Guys at Freddy's series with Mac, Alex, and a few others. So this idea that we could try and create the next horror game that people are going to want to play is exciting. Obviously, it could just get lost in a crowd of such an oversaturated market, but I don't know, it's cool to be able to make this game and say, hey, we made this. We made this thing that people can go and enjoy. And hopefully you will whenever it comes out. But for now, this is just the brief introduction to Sticks and Stones. You'll learn more as we go on. We'll give updates. You'll see aspects of it coming together, coming to life. So that's kind of the majority of what I wanted to discuss around in this episode of our devlog, as you will. Hopefully Mac will take over here and we'll talk to you a little bit about some of the more detailed parts of the game itself, like mechanic-wise. He's the mechanic guy here. I'm just the story guy. But yeah, Sticks and Stones. More of that coming soon on Chaos Theory. You'll be able to keep up with it along with us, and yeah, so keep an eye out for that. We're going to try and get Chaos Theory back up and running again after quite a quiet 2023, admittedly. But yeah, so hopefully you'll enjoy it.
Hi, so I'm RetorOtaku. I'm the lead coder of Sticks and Stones. I'm the one making most of all of these wacky ideas of L come to fruition, I suppose. Now, when he first approached me with the idea for this game, I'll be honest, I kind of thought that it was never going to happen. It seemed like it would be fairly easy to code, but, you know, I'm lazy. So, months later, here we are. I've actually started working on it, and to be honest, I've had an absolute blast. I've been going all over the place, adding things here and there, making the game, and I've got about maybe 20 to 30% of it completed, and it's looking good. So, the first thing that I wanted to do was essentially build the camera system. What I was hoping to do is something a bit like you see in FNAF 4, where you can go around a room, but in this case I wanted you to be able to travel around the forest. As you can see, I've got a simple camera system set up here that lets you travel between different waypoints, and I can just put those wherever I want. This lets me build a map as well, which is quite nice. The next thing I also did was I added the main enemy of the game, and right now I haven't got a model for it, so it's just a big red ball, but you get the idea. He also has a waypoint system, and he essentially just locks onto where you are, and then travels there. The idea is that if you walk into him, or if you stayed still for too long while he's next to you, you die. Mr. L's also mentioned the general objective of the game, which is to collect sticks and add them to your campfire. So I also made sure to build a campfire model, and then also implement the whole stick mechanic and a timer that kills you if you don't put sticks on the fire for too long. This idea actually was initially inspired by that old Baldi minigame from Baldi's Basics. I'm not sure if any of you will have remembered it by now, but it's the one where you have to go around a campsite collecting sticks. I also then kind of needed to get in cutscenes and whatnot, which, to be fair, took a lot less time than I thought it would. I've got this handy little function here called the type function, and literally all I have to do is just plug in what I want to use, and then the cutscene will generate itself from there. There are lots of other mechanics that I've added as well, but I don't really think I can show them in a video without adding spoilers into the mix, so I'm afraid that's probably where I'm going to end it for now. Of course, over the coming months I'm going to be showcasing more and more things that I've added to this game, but for now I'd like to keep it a bit more of a surprise what there is and isn't. That said, I'm also very happy to accept and welcome in some new ideas if you guys in the comments have anything, because frankly the gameplay loop does admittedly get a little dry after a while. Nonetheless, I've had a lot of fun making this, and I believe Mr. L has had a lot of fun writing it as well. So overall, I'd say that it's definitely been worth it, and it's certainly been a good use of my free time now, because I've got a lot more of it, which is nice. Anyway, I think that's about it for this video. It's not exactly a long one, but I hope it was worth the wait for everyone. And for all of those of you who are brand new to Chaos Theory, if you've enjoyed this, and if you're excited for Sticks and Stones to actually become a reality, I do hope that you'll like and subscribe, maybe share the video, just so we can get a bit of word out for this game, because it's going to be fun, I hope. Well, without further ado, goodbye everyone!